But I want to go back to some dates because for me as a layman, I also trying to understand exactly when this thing going to really kick off, right? When we gonna actually start to see the benefits of all these projects, the gas and all these things really coming into play. So we already know from the first article that I covered, that the writer's article, that we have a 2-year license, right? We got a 2-year license. So that expires in 2005 for Dragon. We know from an article where I read in Energy Intelligence 2 weeks ago, the Calypso should come on stream sometime in 2027, approximately 4 years from now. And we, in the article that I just covered as well, we see that Manatee supposed to come on from 2028, 5 years from now. So this makes me, in my little simple mind, try to think, when is Dragon really going to come on stream? And I hear in dates like 2030, where we could potentially hit the 4 billion. I hear in 2027 Woodside, Calypso, 2028 Shell, Manatee. So when, and a 2-year license for Dragon. But so when we think about it, when do we realistically think we could get the first set of gas coming from Dragon? And that, in doing my little reading, I came across this article, a Newsday article dated 27/1, 2023. Energy Minister Kevin Ramnarayan clueless about Dragon deal. It's an article by Ryan Hamilton Davis. Let's go into it a bit, right? So it says, responding to former Energy Minister Kevin Ramnarayan saying the reviewed Dragon gas deal may take as much as 4 years before gas arrives in Trinidad and Tobago, Energy Minister Stuart Young said Ramnarayan knows nothing about the issue. Kevin Ramnarayan is a failed Minister of Energy, Young said. This is from the article, right? His mismanagement of the country's His mismanagement of the country's gas sector left NGC with over 9 billion in claims. He never negotiated the gas supply contract and left NGC rolling month-to-month contracts with off-takers. This is what being quoted in the article. There. He has no clue about the Dragon and its development, and certainly is not an authority on how it will be produced. It is premature at this time to state timelines. Okay. Right? Safe to say that the granting of the OFAC license is monumental and a great for Trinidad and Tobago. As we can provide more specifics, we will. Young was responding to questions coming out of Ramnarayan's statements in Thursday's Newsday, saying TNT, Trinidad and Tobago, may have to wait 3 to 4 years before gas is received from Dragon Field. Ramnarayan opined a lot still has to be done before gas gets flowing. One is and this is where they quote him saying, one is the commercial arrangement between Shell, the National Gas Company, NGC, and the Venezuelan government. That in itself will take time to negotiate. He added that getting a project to a final investment decision, which is from Shell, he just mentioned, is also time consuming and could take years to complete. Now, this is just my thoughts. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong. I might be connecting completely incorrect dots that I'm not supposed to connect, right? Not saying who's right or who's wrong. Just my personal thoughts. Now, I understand Mr. Ramnarayan is an ex-opposition minister, and at times in certain articles he's been very critical of the current administration. I know that. I also understand that Mr. Young, for what I want to believe political reasons, will have to defend the news that the Prime Minister has given. The Prime Minister come out and give news, see Dragon is on. He's the Energy Minister, obviously he had to run out and defend it. Let me be real. right? You had to show a movement. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I might do the same thing, saying, hey, listen, it's we inside here. Kevin outside here. What he talking about? He don't know what it is we doing. He don't know what is he seeing on the inside here. Right? He's not an authority on this. He never negotiate or probably do anything like this. So how it is he could just be coming and saying timelines and all these different kind of things? I understand. I understand. But in this instance, I have to agree that Mr. Ramnarayan is making a very valid point. I'm very inclined to believe that he's making a very valid point. The reality is it will take time. It will take time to iron out the final details with the US, which still have to be dealt with. I agree it will take time to iron out things in whatever tripartite discussions between Trinidad, Shell, and Venezuela. I agree it will take time as well for Shell to come to their financial investment decision, their FID. And I think that's the most important part of this whole thing here. Because in my simple mind, nothing could go ahead unless Shell comes to that FID. Because you can make how much agreements, you could come to how much conclusions. If Shell says, listen, we're not doing anything with this, how we're going to develop? And I really tried to find the article. Now there was an article I saw in passing and reading where it was saying a lot of these oil and gas companies and energy companies, they kind of, I don't want to use the wrong adjective, but the impression I got from the article is that a lot of these energy companies are a little hesitant to make FIDs right now. Why? The article didn't go into too much detail, but a lot of companies, for whatever reasons they have, they're not rushing into any financial investment decisions, maybe based on global current affairs. But I don't want to really speculate too much because I don't know. Right? Again, I could be connecting completely wrong dots, but if what I believe is correct, if Mr. Ramnarayan is correct, the reality is, pragmatic thinking would say, this looking at 2027 Calypso, potentially 2028 Manatee, it's probably going to take about 4 years before we get any gas coming from Dragon. And I'm not saying that to pour cold water on anything that the minister has said. It's just my layman thinking. And again, enough information was not provided at the conference and all these different things for us to really make a fully informed decision. We still waited to get more information. So, in my view, my simple, humble view, I'm leaning towards what Mr. Ramnarayan has said. But, I hope to be proven wrong. We have a 2-year license. I don't see the project coming on stream within 2 years. But I hope to be proven wrong. I hope to see this project come online in less than 4 years. Because as I said, the other projects are all the way off. You have a 1.3 billion cubic gas deficit in terms of production. And we really need the gas. So let's not belabor that too much anymore.